So let's do this. Another training hike in the bag, ready for the walk, the great walk across England. So today's going to be a quick 10 mile, well, a quick 10 mile. We'll see how we go. I'm not rushing it, but at least it's dry. But it is incredibly hot still. I thought it was going to cool down, but alas, no joy as yet. I did part of this route yesterday. I'm going to go a little bit further. One of the reasons why I've chosen to do quite a lot of the training that's long, low, flat paths, easy, it's because after the Lake District, which should take me 3-4 days, the Yorkshire Dales and the North York Moors are just flat, long, continuous, low laying sort of levels, and there's a couple of days in there that are going to be like 15-20 mile days. So that's a bit I need to kind of work on. I think this will do well. Check this guy out, just chilling. Awesome. One thing I definitely didn't do enough of yesterday was rest throughout, and that's important because I need to try and work out how long it's going to take to do that set distance. One, in the heat. Two, after a couple of days when it gets a little bit more difficult, as in like a monotonous task, especially across those open bits. That I've done loads of research. I know that I've done an absolute shed ton of walking in the Lake District. In fact, I've pretty much done the entire route that I need to do through the lakes. The Yorkshire Dales and the North York Moors is an area that I've not really explored too much of, not at that level anyway. So I need to sort of see how long it's going to take me to walk at distance whilst incorporating rests, just so I can give people like an accurate reading of how long I'm going to take to do certain bits, when I'm going to have breaks, where I am, and more importantly on the final day, so I can give people a rough estimate of when I'm due to finish. And also, I didn't hydrate nowhere near enough yesterday, and I definitely should know better. So yeah, I think over these next couple of weeks, when I'm just hammering out the training days, all that sort of stuff will come together nicely, and I'll get a better idea of how it's going. Check these pasty legs out. Man, they're going to need to get a tan before this. Into some good woodland. This'll do. Yeah. Go find a tree to lighter underneath for a couple of minutes. Lucky that the weather's been so good, so I've had to start this training whilst it's raining. But man, right. Snacks, where did you go? Somewhere. There we go. We've got sticky toffee mix. On the go food. I think I'm going to basically live off stuff like this for most of it, really. Like just high calorie, energy, snacky bits. They're not bad. I prefer to be like, it'd be better if I could be scoffing down like a Snickers every 10 minutes or something, but these will do, I reckon. My God, I hope I've got loads of water when I'm eating stuff like this, because these are dry. It's like eating bird food. Quick break done. Let's continue. I've done just short of 3 miles. It dawned on me before, when I do this challenge, it's going to be on my own, but I'm going to spend nearly all of the time essentially talking to myself, talking to the camera, to this imaginary audience that I hope one day watch the video and find it entertaining and fun, which hopefully you do. So it's roasting. The stash bottles run out, so in a minute I'm going to have to break out the secret weapon, which is the liquid IV. been on this section now for like the past mile, and there's nowhere to stop and rest, which is just, I mean, great training, but like, it's roasting. I just want 5 minutes. In fact, think how many miles I'm going to add on having to go to and from the camera for the B-roll stuff and all the extra little bits of gubbins that make a video up. It's got to be probably an extra 10 to 20 mile. I need to factor that bad boy in. So we've just passed the 5 mile point, so halfway for today. But I think I'm feeling good and we've done really well for time. I'm going to keep going a little bit more, find somewhere to chill and then turn around. I'm about just under 6 miles in. I was going to just turn around at 5 miles, but I thought, I feel good, I'm doing all right, go a little bit further. More miles in the bag innit, but the secret weapon, Liquid IV, this stuff is an absolute game changer. Oh man, chill here for a few minutes I think, rest the legs. Let's get this little stash bottle refilled. I have to keep taking my pack off then. Oh, let's just try not to get this everywhere, man. There we go. On the go hydration. So one of the main reasons I came out was to test this. This is a portable solar charger from Solar Gorilla. I've had this for years, but I've not really had a chance to use it or a real need. But this trip will really, you know, depend on me having portable power. So I've got a couple of power banks and I'm going to give this a go. See how we get on. So one of the main power banks I'm going to take with me is one of these from Nest Out. These are really good because when they're sealed up like that, they're waterproof. So see how this performs. It's not got a full charge, so I'm going to give it a blast with a solar charger. So leave that in there, clip this bad boy in. Little light so much means we're good to go. Clip this to the outside of a pack and see how we get on. Definitely not ideal whilst it's on this little Tara pack from Hillbilly Gear, but on the Expedition pack will be better. I'm on walking back now. The sun is behind me. Okay, well rested and rehydrated. Solar charger plugged in. Sun's behind me. Just under 6 miles, so just under 6 miles to go back. Today's been good, man. Like, be interesting to see how this solar charger gets on, because if this is good, then I've made it for the trip, which is awesome. It's been about half an hour since I plugged that solar panel into the power bank. Now when I plugged the power bank in, it was about 50%, and I've mostly been in the shade, but when I have been in the sun, it's been on my back. Well impressed. Like, that power bank is nearly 100% now, and it's a beefy power bank, so that's on the mandatory packing list for the trip, and I'm well impressed that it's confirmed, you know, it's worth packing an extra little bit of weight, because I'll need it for phone, inReach, watch, camera, mics, all that sort of stuff. So well impressed. Highly recommend getting yourself a decent solar charger. Definitely worth paying the money for a good one anyway. On the whole, today's been a really good sort of training session. What I'll do is, as I continue doing this up until the event, I'll carry on making short videos, posting different routes and all that sort of stuff, going over little bits of equipment and things like that, just to take you guys along for the journey. But once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all on the next video.